is Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa. As we're on the move again, we're actually leaving out the neighborhood or the estate here in Blue Valley. We're going to a few places today, so we just decided last minute to record a little bit of what we're doing and where we're going. So it's going to be a little different because, like I said, right now we're leaving out the neighborhood. And if you can just kind of, Tasha is the camera person right now, so y'all can go ahead and say, hey, Tasha, and Tasha can speak to you as well.
Hey, guys. Doing the best I can. Hope you guys are awesome. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the flesh soon. Yeah. We always welcome you to come to South Africa. Yeah. So we're just leaving the neighborhood.
Yeah. So, like I said, we really do enjoy it here in South Africa. We appreciate, everything that the South Africans have done for us because, again, we interact with we don't just, stay in the American community or just talk to Americans. We hang with everybody. Earlier this week, I was hanging out with a guy named Mike. He's with the NBA Africa program here, and obviously he's an American. So we all are in contact with each other for the most part. But again, we're out here in the community, meeting the people, talking to the people who are here because this is their country, and they were kind enough to let us enjoy it and they help us every time at any point. Actually, it was so funny. I'll just tell you this. We had one of our toilets that got broken. I don't know what happened to it. Well, it was leaking. Y'all know how it goes. And here we are. We're riding around at some point looking for a part, and we go to in the States it'll be Lowe's, or here it was Builders, and I'm just trying to fix the pronunciation. And it was so funny. Couldn't find the part, and then the guy told us we told him we showed him the part that we had. And he says, no, you must call the manufacturer. And of course you're thinking that's going to be a pain. So we call the manufacturer. They call us back and they send out a technician. And they we're thinking, okay, it's going to be a mess. Keep in mind that we have been fiddling around with this thing for a while, and we couldn't get it fixed. So we got 3 other bathrooms, maybe 4. I don't know. So it wasn't a big deal. And then all of a sudden he comes in. I mean, this little dude comes in, a South African brother comes in, and in and out in 30 minutes. I mean, from the time he hit the front of the estate, it takes about 8 to 10 minutes to get back to our location. And that's if you know where you're going. But anyway, long story short, he came in, fixed it real quick. And he was like, is there anything else? And I'm like, no. And we were shocked. So, the services are here. Everything is here. He did a great job. Of course, we thanked him for coming out really fast. And he was like, I do this all the time. So, anyway, those are the types of things that happen here. So, like I said, a lot of the things that we need or want or that we desire, we can actually just turn around and ask one of our South African counterparts or one of our friends, and they can say, no, you just call this guy or you just call that guy. So yeah, so everything is here. So we're gonna what I want to do today, I'm taking you guys with me. Today is a very beautiful day. I think it's end of summer, about to go into fall here in South Africa. So what we're gonna do is, I'm a Porsche guy. I'll put a picture up where when I was in the States, I had my little 911. I was very, very happy with it. Extremely happy with it. And I didn't want any other car. I had other cars, obviously. But, so what I'm going to do now, we're going to go over to the Porsche dealership and take a look at what they got over there. And I know they got the new GT4 in and so forth. And we're also going to be doing a few segments to kind of show you, the car game, because I know a lot of us brothers, we like our cars and whatnot. Yeah, they do have Chevy here. Yeah, they do have Ford, but those aren't the ones that you're looking at trying to drive on this side. But if you want them, you can get them. Range Rover is big here. What else, Tasha?
Let's see, right? There's Jaguars here. People drive. Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
Yeah.
Every high-end car you can think of is actually here. They have whole dealerships for high-end cars here. Classic cars, a lot of people like classic cars. So the car game is pretty tight here in South Africa, if you ask me.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of my friends, they drive Land Rovers. The big ones, I don't know what they're called. I'm not a Land Rover guy, but every time they come by the house, they're like, hey, they're pulling up in a Land Rover, or a Jag, or something to that effect, something fly. And then of course, Porsche, they're pushing them as well. So, but yeah, we're gonna actually enjoy ourselves today, and we'll probably go to a few places that we don't even have planned, but we're gonna go because we're obviously looking for certain things. We got a bathroom that we want to put a new carpet in, a little rug, and just find stuff that we can purchase later. We might even stop by an area that specializes here in Johannesburg in furniture. Keep in mind, you can find furniture pretty much everywhere, but there's one place called Kramerville, which we absolutely enjoy because you can always get free coffee.
That's not why you go.
Well,
every place has coffee.
Yeah,
that's like a thing here.
Yeah,
every place has coffee.
Yeah, but I like it because they're always offering you, do you want a cup of coffee? I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's free. So that's how we roll over here in South Africa. And it's not like it's something special, as Tasha says, but for those guys that are in the U.S., that is special. Nobody offers you anything when you walk into an establishment. Nobody says anything. They just say, how may I help you? And just can't wait for you to leave. Yeah. So now we are leaving the estate and whatnot. We're going to take a few back roads so you can see what some of the back roads look like. Going to the dealership. I used to go there all the time, and then of course COVID happened, and then I just couldn't do it. But it's absolutely, like I said, a wonderful day. The view is nice, and I just like being out because of the drive. Now, another thing, of course, us people in South Africa know, and it's not a thing in the U.S., and I just want to bring this up. And then when we do our big segment with our guide that we're going to bring in, yeah, I ran that red light. I sure did. No, I'm just playing. No, I did. Yeah, there's a lot of special driving rules around here, which are, written and not written. But nonetheless, what I'm gonna say? Oh, about diesel cars. In the States, I've never messed with a diesel car, truck, or anything. I'm not messing with that. It's just something that we just don't do. Here, diesel cars are preferred because for one reason only. Two, the vehicles last a long time. You can drive those things like forever. I don't know what 400 Ks or kilometers is, but I know you can get at least 200,000 miles on in a diesel vehicle. So right now I'm driving a BMW 520D. This is we're talking about cars, and D standing for diesel. So you will see a lot of cars here, brands that we're familiar with, Toyota, but they always have a diesel variant. I think they cost a little bit more, but I think at the end of the day it's worth it because they last longer. You can, like this car here, I can fill this car up with diesel, and I can drive this car for, I'm just going to use it in hours, like 12 hours straight before I have to fill it up. I mean, I can drive all the way from here to Durban, which is a 6-hour drive, and then drive back, and then I'll fill up when I get back to Johannesburg, or I can fill up the next day, because at that point I'm at home. But yeah, you guys, this is South Africa, and it's not too much that we can say about it because we're here all the time, and there are a lot of things that happen that we don't even notice anymore. But when we first got here, we noticed like every moving little part, every little thing, like the taxi bus, the mini taxi bus, which you probably like, what is that? It's kind of like a van. It's like proper transport or improper transport. Not really sure, but people jump in them and they know the system, and they know how to get around using these. They're minivans or they're vans in the U.S. And like that one just passed by, went by real fast. When we see one, we'll point it out. But people jump in those things all day long, and and they get around the city. I think they're very inexpensive to get around. If you ask the right person, they'll probably tell you it's expensive. All depends who you're talking to, but it's probably the cheapest way of getting around. Lyft and Uber and all those things are pretty pricey, from what I understand. So people normally, use the minibus taxis to get around, and at some point they will be replaced. Now, for you guys that are in the UK, you're probably saying, "Oh, he's driving on the correct side of the road." I am, but for those in the US, yes, I am driving on the other side of the car, on the other side of the road, and there's always that same question. And a lot of stuff that I'm saying is based off the questions that we get being here in South Africa. You can look at the houses and how the roofs are built and whatnot, and different price points that you can get into. They got apartment complexes over there, and this is Savannah Hills, which is another estate, which butts up to our estate, literally. But anyway, going back to the question of the driving on this side of the car, this side of the road, it didn't take long to get to this point for a lot of reasons, and it didn't get to this point because if you see people on the people who are walking, I used to be one of those people. I was walking everywhere. I know when we first went to Cape Town, that's what happened. I was walking and I was like, you know what, this is not cool. And so I rented a car, and me and Tasha, we just started. Tasha, you wanna jump in on this story?
No, it was crazy. We didn't walk around. I think we walked around for about 2 or 3 days, and the walks were great.
Yeah.
And then no, it wasn't that long. It wasn't.
So we were there 3 days, and
we weren't there more than a week before we got it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the point of the story is that we did rent a car, and actually I was nervous because he can drive a manual, but obviously the gear shift's on the other side of the car, so that was the actual issue for me. So that was the actual issue for me, him driving on the opposite side of the road, on the opposite side of the car, and it was a manual. But I had faith and confidence because my husband's an 88 Mike, which means he can drive anything. I tell him all the time he can even fly a plane. But we did that so to adapt quickly. I mean, he did a great job. I didn't start driving until we moved here. So for all those years that we traveled,
later.
I said all those years we traveled, he did all of the driving. So, and I think, honey, after we moved here, after about 2 weeks, you were like, that's it. Like, you made me start driving.
Well, I didn't make you start driving. I mean, because you're gonna wanna. I mean, you don't want to come to South Africa and not have freedom, not being able to move about, not being able to take yourself to the mall or
to the Woolworths.
Yeah, or to the Woolworths, because she loves Woolworths.
I like groceries. I like food.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, why don't you, so she, for me, she sat on the other side of the car, which is on that side, and she was like, hey, watch out for this. Hey, slide over. Just kind of gave me, because it's it was like a little bit of an adjustment. However, so when it was her turn, I sat on the other side, and we started out in the neighborhood just riding around, and then started out local locations, and then once we did that, she was good, and then she would just go, and now she's a pro. She can obviously drive on the right side of the car, on the left side of the road, at the bottom of the earth, in the southern hemisphere. No problem. It was just a skill that she picked up. Now, the good part about that is, too, another question that's asked as far as licensing is concerned. Now, if you're here on a tourist visa or temporarily, you can still use your stateside driver's license. I think they prefer you to have an international license. It goes back and forth. Honestly, I use my stateside Virginia driver's license, and obviously you have to present it from time to time because they do have checkpoints, just to make sure everybody is in compliance. I show them my stateside driver's license, and then they ask me for a traffic registry number, and I do have that as well, which you can get. It's not like it's a big deal, but you can get one, and they use that. So if you do any traffic scenarios, like you run a stop sign or whatever they want to charge you traffic wise, then they have a number that they use. So it's not like they can use your Virginia access fines, so they have to have a traffic registry number. So you gotta get that as well. But and you need that to buy a car too. So which makes total sense. And so we do have a traffic registry number. But normally I show them my passport and say, hey, I'm from the U.S. And most of the time they don't even go that far. Most of the time they will stop you at the checkpoint. They'll check to see if your car is registered, because there's a lot of people, I guess, that are, I don't know, that are not registering their vehicles, which is the normal registration that you have in the States. You have it here as well, and they stop you. But if they ask you for your driver's license, you just hand it to them, and then you're good. I kind of went a little long about that because it's not a big deal, but nonetheless, that's the deal with that. So, but as you see, we're actually out here on some back roads. These are I call them my little cut throughs and whatnot, because sometimes the highways or the main roads, which there's plenty of them here, they get a little congested, and sometimes, and some of the best spots are out here, believe it or not, to go. You can always find you something for your house, plants, things like that. You can find them out here, and I will say, Africa, especially South Africa, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about all of Africa. I mean, who does? I don't know much about all of the United States. I just know where I've been. I mean, they have everything here. I mean, everything. I mean, just in this little bit of time, I've passed like 3 shopping centers. And then of course, there's one on the left. There's this little small one, but you can get everything you need right here. This little shopping center to my left. Everything is there. And then, of course, if you look forward, there's our version of a strip mall, which is Kyalami, which we're going to pass up here. That's just another location, But like I said, these are the back roads of when you slide between different parts of the city and whatnot, heading to the Porsche dealership. But again, if you have any questions for myself, or you have a question for Tasha, I just reach out to us. We are a travel and tourism company. We want you to come and experience these things. Some of the stuff that you saw in some of our videos, and other stuff, and of course stuff that you're going to see in this video. Like, what was that in the back at minute 2 minutes and 38 seconds? The reason why I bring that up, because people ask us these type of things, and we got to go and look, and then we try to reply and whatnot. But trust me, this is, as somebody said to me the other day, this is the softest landing spot that you're going to find in Africa. I mean, this is Africa. Do not get it twisted. This is Africa. You can't even twist it like that. However, you do have a lot of amenities that make your stay here, absolutely incredible. It's great. So, and I don't want to get too deep into all of that, but like I said, South Africa does have a lot to offer. And then to the left is another. It's Kyalami Corner. I think I mentioned to you earlier. But everything is here. You really can't want for anything here in South Africa, unless you just, I don't know, you can't want for anything. And then there's so many different areas here in Joburg. There are those that think it's just one big city, and the reality is a bunch of small little municipalities inside of Joburg that make Joburg, which has their own ecosphere. So you can go in different areas and you'd be like, wow, I crossed over into a different area, and it. And you're in a whole different situation, a whole different vibe, a whole different everything. And that's, for me, the draw and appeal of South Africa. And of course, living here, we get to, routinely go to different locations in South Africa, or better yet, in Joburg. But we do go all over South Africa, because, like I said, this vehicle that I'm driving is a diesel, which I would have never selected in real life. But I was glad that I was kind of like, one of my vendor brothers literally said, bro, based off what you're talking about, this is what you need. And normally I don't listen, but I did this time. No, I normally don't, but this, because I know cars. And again, we're going to be chatting about cars soon enough here in South Africa on our channel. So whatever questions that you think you might got, or or have, then we can talk about it then.
Let's just point out this Range Rover that you spoke of earlier. So they do drive a lot of ranges here. I'm sure you guys have seen lots of different cars just in general as we've been driving through, but just take a look at the view. Like, this is part of the best part of driving for me, like all the things that I get to see, especially on a clear day like today. Like, it's sunny, the weather's great, so we're just gonna ride out, and we invite you guys with us. Obviously, we invite you guys to come to South Africa as well, but just keep in mind that these people are having a great Friday already, and we just wanted it's Good Friday.
It's Good Friday, yeah.
So we're just trying to, partake and be a part of, what everybody else is doing here. So just keep that in mind as we are showing you the back road. I do shop at Kyalami Corner that we passed back there a little bit ago.
Yeah, we shopped there a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I like the whole shopping center.
They got good restaurants.
Great restaurants.
And then everything you need is there. They got Woolworths.
Uh-huh.
They got Checkers. Checkers is like it's another upmarket food store. You can get everything you need there. They have furniture store if you need to buy some furniture.
Get some custom made.
Get some custom made stuff. They got your, those who get haircuts still. They got that. One thing I do like is the fact that they have like a kiddie salon. So you will walk by and you see little black girls in there with their little hair back and getting their hair done. It's all set up for the for the kids to get their hair done. So I like that. What's the other thing I like? Like I said, I love the restaurants. Everything is there. So, and what I also like about it is that right across the street they're building apartments and condos, things that you can buy if you decide you want to live right there. Because if you go straight down that street, we turned to come down this street. But if you go straight down that street, I think 5 minutes down the road, you're literally in Waterfall, which is another area that we might end up going to. Not today, but we'll probably end up going to that we need to cover, so you guys can see just that area. That Waterfall area is up and coming as well. So, like I said, they're building here. We have a traveler here now. What's his name, Tasha?
Clarence Dennison.
Yeah, Clarence Dennison.
I gave his whole government name. Good Lord.
No, it doesn't matter. He's not the only Clarence Dennison in the world. But he's here now, and he's doing a lot of tour stuff right now. We set him up, pretty good. I think he's going to dinner tonight at one of the nicer restaurants here. He doesn't know. I don't think he's never been there. He doesn't know what he's getting into and whatnot. So we'll probably meet him at some point. But he noticed, like, wow, they're building everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, they're building everywhere. Maybe that's the infrastructure plan that they got, but I don't know. All I know is they are building. They're consistently and constantly building out here. So, I think it might be a good time to get yours if you are looking at coming to to South Africa. We do have a lot of people that are coming here to just view property, literally coming here to only view property, and we got people that are coming to purchase property because they are aware now, because of our channel, that it exists and that the possibilities are there, and it's in Africa, and the weather is nice, and ... you can't beat it. And then, of course, you want to be here. So it's just a good thing overall. So our position is that it's difficult in the U.S. and sorry, South Africans, close your ears, because I know a lot of you guys think it's just so much better. But it's a struggle, and it's tough. Prices are getting higher every day. Then we receive much lower pay, as we, what I'm talking about. It's like that, and it's the way it is. And that was made back in the 80s, and here we are in 2021, and we're still saying the same thing. It's not getting easier, and it's not going to get any easier. So you need options. You need to have at least another option. And so we were fortunate enough to discover on our own, for the most part, South Africa. And we could have just came and left and that was it. Sure, we were doing very well. We were doing okay. But we knew how much stress it was taking to be okay. Here, there's not a lot of stress. Our traveler, who's here now, you know, he got off the plane, you know, and he was stressed a little bit at it. Like, hey, you know, this is South Africa, you know, it's not Texas. And, you know, it took him a little hot minute to calm down. But once he did, he was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. So when we see him tonight, I'm interested in what he's going to say. I am so interested because now he's been here a couple of days and now he's like, okay, things are okay. So, you know, I'm not going to say it's a perfect society here. Would you say it's perfect, Tasha?
No society is perfect. But what I will say is it's a lot easier to matriculate. It does make you feel better. I've used the word free often. And it is simply because I do feel free. And most of that has to do with the fact that the people are accepting. Most people look like me. And I like the fact that I get to blend in. I mean, I'm sure there are counterparts of ours that go to other places and are able to blend in. They don't feel guilty about it at all. Yep. So neither do I.
Yeah, they love your... Yeah, they say it all the time.
Whoa.
Oh. I think it's down here, right?
Yes, on the left.
Yeah.
So I love it here. I'm not saying that there's very few things that I miss, simply because there are things here that you don't even know you are gonna like or love or need, but I love it here.
Yeah, so as right now we are on final approach to the Porsche dealership. It's Good Friday, so I'm hoping that they're open. You know, they observe some holidays up here in South Africa. Trust me, they got more holidays than I think this month alone. In April, there's 3 holidays. Yeah,
you remember that one lady we met a couple weeks ago? She was like, "There's not enough holidays." I'm like,
"Good Lord, y'all got every holiday in the world."
Plus.
Yeah. And they don't, you know, they don't celebrate the 4th of July.
No, they don't.
I think it might be.
It doesn't look like. We're gonna see though.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have levels of disappointment. I've been trying to find a time to come out here, and I think they're closed today. I think it's good for but you guys can see it at least. They do have a Porsche dealership. I want to look at that orange joint that's sitting out front, and yeah.
I'm so close yet so far.
Yeah. So we're gonna push off and go to another location. Don't know exactly where we're gonna go.
This is the part where South Africans say we're gonna make a plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get back with you shortly, and then you will be able to say, "Oh, they went to so and so."
All right, guys, we'll catch up. All right, guys. So we are fast approaching Waterfall. I don't know if you guys can see our way out there, but that is the PwC building, which means nothing to you, but it's right in front of the Mall of Africa. Had to come back this way because a wall got in the way. Well, we're just gonna ride around here now. We're probably gonna end up stopping by one of our favorite places to grab lunch in a little bit. But right now, I just wanted to show you guys all the development of Waterfall Corner, all of the things that's happening around here. So this is a very popular area just for entertainment and for a lot of the people that are expats here. So
yeah, I think it's called Lifestyles.
Oh, Lifestyle Center.
Yeah, they have lifestyles out here that you can buy into. You can have, I mean, you can go all the way to the tip top. Well, not to the tip top, but you can do, you know, you can live very well out here. Get you a nice condo, or you can bring your family out and have get a house, stuff like that. The polo fields, they're out here as well. They say they're on show, but I doubt it, simply because it's Good Friday, so everything's kind of laid back and whatnot. But this is the Waterfall area. You can't really see a whole lot. You just can't, because a lot of things are behind walls. Simply, you know, those are what we call it here in South Africa, no nonsense walls. Keeps the nonsense out and so forth. But I'm actually going to make this left here because this is new. This whole Polo Fields crossing, that's new. I don't know if they're finished it yet, but I'm definitely going to go take a look and whatnot. But there's a lot out here. It says now open, so we're right over here.
Let's go see what's in there.
Yeah, haven't been over here in a while.
It's the fact that this is here and then Waterfall Corner is just behind us. Yeah. It kind of lends itself to let you know that people really want easy access to where they live. So even though it's right down the road, they still want something close by. They want to be able to walk across the street and get their stuff not down the street. So
so for example, right across there is polo fields at Waterfall. There's plenty. This place is massive. You can get your location here, but either buy a house, you can buy I keep saying an apartment, but
I don't. Do they call them apartment?
No,
well, I guess it's
2-bedroom. Condo, a 3-bedroom condo. You can get that, and then across the street is this right here, and a shopping center. So you can get everything you need right here. This is pretty tight.
I like it.
And like I said, this
everything you need in here.
Yeah, this is new Westpac.
I know they got a Westpac here. You know it's huge.
Yeah, so everything is here. This is nice.
They've got we're gonna show you what they have here. He has to get in the complex first.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to actually go in here simply because they have a Clicks, which is basically our CVS. They got coffee, which is a imperative if you live here in South Africa.
Yeah.
They've got lots of things you guys will see. I'm not going to name everything because you guys can actually see for yourself. But,
thank you, Tasha.
Not going to do that. You guys don't need me to narrate that way. But we're just going to walk around and see what's inside. And hopefully you guys will get an idea of what's available to you if you decide to visit South Africa. There's so much more than we can ever really show you. So
we can just
so we're just gonna
pause it. All right, everyone, as you see, this is some of the places that they have to rent, if you're talking about renting, or you can buy. But yeah, this is a whole new area here, so we just decided that we're gonna kind of walk around and just kind of see what's available and whatnot. So as you see, there's a coffee house. I'm just gonna walk through. Yeah. Trying to recenter it, but okay. Hey. Okay. This is nice. I'm gonna need to get my iPad and just sit over here. All right. And then there's another location over here, you guys. It's called the Potato Shed. It's fairly new. It's actually brand new. But let me walk over here first. Man, this is pretty nice. Hey, bro. Good. I'm okay. This is new.
This is new, yes, you're right.
Real new.
Sanitizer?
I'm not gonna stay.
Okay, just having a look?
Yeah, I was just curious.
Okay, no problem. You can actually go through, have a look. It's got a nice view as well.
Yeah. That's nice. It's really nice. I like this. What's the deal?
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to know if it was owned by a black person.
Yeah.
He said it is, so it made me happy.
Okay. Where you guys from?
Here.
Yeah, we live here.
What do you mean that?
I can hear the accent coming, that's all I'm asking.
Oh, how nice.
You got an accent.
It's our black accent, so nice. It sounds very nice, you know.
Your
That's why
accent sounds very nice.
Thank you. Out of curiosity, I'm just asking.
Out of curiosity, you can answer your own.
Okay, I just answered myself. I can tell you the
Yeah.
We're from Africa, come on.
Exactly. I get to say, of course, of course I'm from here. You're like, yeah, you're from here. But
you know where I'm coming from.
I do.
But yeah. But it's also very nice. It's open the day before yesterday.
I like the
You
bottles.
leave it open for 2 days?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's
still a new joint, still a new
I want to see the menu. See if we kind of like what's your menu?
You can take a seat so we can talk about the
Oh,
menu.
we can talk about the. Okay, great.
Yeah,
We can talk about the menu.
Cool.
Sorry, I asked the question, but I wanted to know if you black or white.
Oh yeah. Yeah, depending on we leave at some point.
Yeah, it's gonna chat real quick.
Okay, so on the menu you can deal with specializing with South African food proper. So what we're doing proper.
What did you say? South African food proper?
South African food. You know, we've got that style of African food. So whatever we cook on the meat is we cook on the fire pit. All of our meat is cooked from the fire. So we dip on the fire pit, and we specialize with the potato mostly. That's why it's a potato shed. So we've got a different style of the potato. We do our potato like everything that.
Don't they grow a lot of potatoes in Venda?
Sorry?
I think they grow a lot of potatoes in Venda.
It's in Natal. Natal is the best one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know there was a place where they make like
Natal is the best in South Africa for potato.
Yeah.
The best, yeah.
And the potatoes come from there, right?
Potato, the best, the number one. Yeah, for sure. So we do each and every style of a potato. We do the sweet potato as well. We do wedges with it. We marinate. We do a lot of style with the potato.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's like an African cuisine, sort of South African style of cooking, you know.
A South African
style, you know.
So what about your cocktail menu? Do you have a cocktail menu? Do you specialize in any cocktails?
We do have a few of the cocktails that we do, but it's much of the cocktails that you know, the strawberry daiquiris, the mojitos, the cosmos, style of the cocktails that it's everywhere, you know.
All right, that's amazing. And your wine selections?
Wine, we've got a variety. We're very good on dealing with wine. We've got a variety of wine. From Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, sweet wine, reds and stuff. We've got quite a good type of wines that we do.
Awesome. I think I learned a lot. We're going to keep walking around since this area is
It's
new.
fine,
but definitely thank you for your time.
Yeah, we might be back.
I'm sure we'll probably be back. But let us finish this little bit.
Okay, my name is Jerry. Anytime you
Hi,
come,
Jerry. Thank you.
Okay, cheers.
All right,
guys.
cheers.
All right, Jay.
Enjoy the
It's nice. Yeah. That girl was walking up with her hair up. I thought it looked like you coming up. Yeah, I didn't know like you. From a distance, like if you had your hair up. Yeah. Let's see how this works. It doesn't matter if we get good footage or not. Of course. Yeah. It's supposed to stabilize it. So. That's a good one. All right. And we don't have to say anything to get out of this. Yeah. But it's still recording. Shit. Yeah. We'll go ahead and click to get the stuff we need. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, everyone, we are out and about, of course, and we just wanted to, show you just that shopping center that we had talked about earlier that we're actually located. This right here is called Clicks. This is of a chain pharmacy. You find them all over the country, and they basically all look just like this. with the products that you need basically for every day. Obviously, there's a professional pharmacy there to fill your prescriptions, things like that. I would also tell you too that there are things that you can get at these pharmacies that you don't need a prescription for, that you would need a prescription for in the U.S. So that's just another thing. But they also have a lot of U.S. brands, of course, just simply because. And then they have, traditional, African brands that are here as well, which you can obviously be able to shop and get your stuff. But it's very similar to, like I said, a Walmart, or not Walmart, but a Walgreens, CVS. There's a few others. I can't remember all the brands or pharmacies that you have in the U.S. But you won't lose anything by coming here if you decide to. Hey, I left my toothbrush. I meant to bring this. I meant to bring that. Well, then you can visit a place like this and you can get everything you need. So again, South Africa is very progressive in what they do have, and I think that you wouldn't be losing anything coming to locations like this, which are very nice. They're very clean. They're very sorted. The service here is great, and this is like the standard. This is what South Africans expect, out of their shopping centers. This is what they expect. Also, too, this location here is called Super Spa, and there's several different locations like Checkers, which is a supermarket. There's Pick and Pay. There's a few others. Obviously, Woolworths and Food Lovers, which we like going to Food Lovers as well because the food is really good there. Very how can I say, fresh type of food. I know in the U.S., we're used to, we go to our normal shopping center, and then if we want to get healthy options, we have to go somewhere else, like a Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, things like that, and they're just so expensive. I mean, extremely expensive. If you spend enough time in South Africa, you'll realize that food like that is plentiful. It's everywhere, so it's not like a markup on those, on those types of food. That's just normal pricing, normal things that you will find here in the Republic of South Africa. And so we really enjoy our time here because, again, you guys see us eat out a lot, and you will see in this video where we do go out and eat, and that food is absolutely great. Also, too, this food here is absolutely great. So we do spend a lot of time cooking at home, and we like to go to places like this to shop. And again, same thing. You got your U.S. brands here, and then of course you have your South African brands. And we've been finding that we like our South African brands a whole lot better. We might not understand, those brands because we didn't get advertised to. We didn't know what they were, but at the same time, we were able to kind of look at it and realize that, oh, this is probably going to be pretty good. So we get it, we take it home, we try it like anything else, and we're like, wow, this is the route we're going to go. So, and then I think one of the things I like the best is like sour cream. Their sour cream is like butter. It is great versus the sour cream that we get in the United States. And like I said, there's several differences, and I've found 9 times out of 10 that I like the South African brands and the way that they do it. So again, this is just one of many stores. You can find places like this everywhere. So you don't have to go to separate stores to get your healthy option and go get the stuff that you feed your family. As you see, hopefully you should be on some levels of impressed, because even in the meat department, and I always say that the meat here is fresh. Even if you cook it and try to leave it in the refrigerator too long, it will go bad, because it starts out fresh and it stays fresh. And then of course the food is good, and then of course the prices here for the food is very affordable. And I say that not to be disrespectful, but for those who are earning or have U.S. dollars and you decide to go to the store, the exchange rate is really good, so you can go and buy a good amount of food and won't spend your whole paycheck. I know in the U.S. when we was there, it was pretty pricey just to get regular food, let alone specialty foods, specialty brands, being able to get things from other countries, because all that food is here. And then of course, like I said, you have your U.S. brands. So most people love coming here to shop. especially at the Super Spa. Of course, they have their little discounts and things along that line, so we take advantage of that as well. So, yeah, shopping in South Africa is definitely a positive. I can't say nothing more than that. But like I said, they do have their own brands, and there are a lot of brands, a lot of things that I like here. I personally believe that it's more specific to Black people. Of course, there's food for everyone, but it seems like everything that I like, everything that I didn't know that I like, happened to be sold here in South Africa. So I absolutely enjoy shopping at the food store. When I was back at home, you go and there's things for the people that are Hispanic. There are people for in different areas, but it seemed like the stores are pretty much set up for everyone that's here. And the population here is 80% Black, so they know where their market is, so they cater to us in a way that I would say we don't get catered to in the U.S. We got to go find our food and so forth, but it's all here. So like I said, we're happy campers here in South Africa, and even if you came here as a tourist, if you went into the grocery stores, this is what you would see. We do have some tourists that come here that want to they stay 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, and we take them to the store so they can see what they can do, because obviously you don't want to eat out every single day, but you can actually go to the shopping centers and purchase your food right along with anyone else. And then of course, you can just use your debit card from the U.S. What does that mean? You just let your company know or your bank know that you're traveling, and you just let them know you're coming to South Africa, and then you can just go up there and just swipe your card and get your food without the hassle of getting your money converted, which happens a lot when you go to other countries. But here you could just you go to the ATM, draw out, and get the rate that's available for that day, because when you convert your money at one of those locations, and they do have them here in South Africa, you ultimately are losing money. So we always suggest just go ahead and tell your bank that you're traveling, and then you can go that route. So, but yeah, look, and of course South Africa is it's wine country. It's no different than Napa Valley, but you have it here all in South Africa. South Africa does have a lot of options for a lot of stuff. So that's why we try to tell you guys to come and just see it for yourself, because sometimes it's hard for us to try to explain it to you and show you everything. So just come and look for yourself, and then you will see that, wow, I didn't know that South Africa was so progressive. So I'm going to leave you, but Tasha's going to be chatting with you in just a second.
And you can, if I want to. People keep asking me to sell them. I'm like, why would I do that? They're like, no. I'm like, but why? They're like, and then they say, why not? I'm like, well, I want to sell them.
Yeah, it's actually a normal stuff. It's just.
But the hair texture is not the same. Like, why would you want that?
But then with the dreadlocks, once they are locked into each other, the texture doesn't really mean anything. Like it doesn't.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm okay. I'm good.
Can I assist or you okay?
Say again?
Can I assist or
He's
you
with
okay?
me.
Yeah, I'm with this one here.
Okay.
Guys, is mine.
So your hair is this. But mine are thicker. They're not that thin. Because I'm very looking at them like, wait, does she have like real locks? Or is it the fake locks? That's why I ended up having to come in and be like, wait.
No, you could tell. Like,
Yeah, you can.
Look, I
Oh,
put.
the
Hold on.
one
There's two I put together. Like, I put these together.
Yeah.
But I put these together 3 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
That's so rich.
They are.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, they are. Keep growing your hair, just don't cut it. You look good.
That's my number.
Cut it, keep it. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, thank you guys for following with us throughout the day. We just decided to turn the camera on and just let you say, hey, this is a day in the life here with the Real South Africa. We're going to be checking out right now, and then we're going to be going to another location. So just stay with us, and like I said, you'll get an opportunity to see a day in the life here with the Real South Africa, and we really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and do all those wonderful things that we love here on our YouTube channel. And I hope to see you in South Africa soon. You guys are with us today. What I really want to do is let you know we got several trips that are coming to South Africa. Please email us at info@therealsouthafrica.com. We got plenty of packages ready to go just for you. So like I said, we're the only ones here in South Africa that are actually putting trips together specifically for our people. So hey, the best thing you could do for right now is to come to South Africa on one of these great and wonderful packages, and I promise you, you will have the best time. Some of the best locations, some of the best events, everything. It's the real South Africa. How can you not want to be here? So go ahead and book your trip with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.